Black rose, no hope, life low. Alright, I'm set, I got my deck. I'm about to head to my homie crib next. I got a brand new combo with some chicks. I'm about to burn them for 8,000 quick. Got it on standby so you can't draw. Main face ain't shit, go to your school phase, that mean you lost. That's how it be.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy Kaiba, and I'm back with another deck profile. And as you've seen on my Instagram, I posted a couple of days ago that I was working on a purple card deck. So here it is. I have been testing it online, and I think 6 out of 10 people would rage quit or did rage quit. I got a lot of F-bombs. As Yu-Gi-Oh players would describe it, it is a glue-eating deck. So I don't know, like, I'm not usually a combo player. I do really enjoy stun decks, control decks, and all that sorts of things. I really love trap cards. They're probably my favorite type of card in the game. You guys know I stuck with Grand Maju Stun for a really long time, and now I'm bringing you a stun deck without Grand Maju. It is kind of based around the Grand Maju Stun idea, but we're obviously taking out Grand Maju, we're taking out Gizmek Rochi, we're taking out Pot of Desires. We are still playing some pots. We do have a lot of draw power, so it's just really good. I mean, it's kind of got something for every deck out there. It's really hard to tell online, but I have been testing as much as possible. I am planning to use this in our next tournament that Hardcore Cards and myself host. So if you want to get on that, make sure you hit the Discord link down below. And yeah, let's get started with this purple card deck that will make your opponents rage quit and drop the F-bombs on you. So here we go with the anti-meta deck. Alright guys, so starting off with the main deck, we are playing 3 Inspector Border, and a lot of people still struggle with Inspector Border. He's a 2k beater, and basically if your opponent doesn't have anything, he can normal summon or special summon without an effect and beat over him. He is going to struggle quite a lot. So 3 in the main, and to add to that, of course, the lovely combo with Fossil Dyna. Fossil Dyna basically prevents both players from special summoning, and when he gets flipped, he destroys everything that was special summoned. So by turn 3, if you manage to have like Inspector Border and Fossil Dyna on your side of the field, your opponent is going to struggle, and it's basically GG. The last monster we're playing, we're just playing 8 monsters in this build, is Banisher of Radiance. So Banisher of Radiance, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So we're still in a format where people tend to send their combo pieces to the grave and then bring them back. So with Banisher of Radiance on your side of the field, they are going to struggle because everything will be banished, and it will basically, along with Fossil Dyna and Inspector Border, it'll make them commit to their battle phase because they'll want to beat over your monsters first and then go into their combos. Alright, so for our spells, we're playing 3 Pot of Extravagance, so we're not really relying on the extra deck, so Pot of Extravagance doesn't affect us as much. We are playing some cards in the side deck that will allow us to special summon, but I'll get to that in a bit. So 3 Pot of Extravagance, banish 6, draw 2, banish 3, draw 1. To add to the pot, we're playing 3 Pot of Duality, so basically Pot of Extravagance locks us out of drawing cards by effects. That doesn't affect Pot of Duality. You can still Extravagance and then Duality. Obviously Pot of Extravagance has to be activated at the start of the main phase, and then you can just drop Duality straight after. So a really nice +3 if you've managed to draw both of them. More draw power, we're playing the 1 card of Demise, and we are playing the 1 Upstart Goblin. So we're playing a lot of back row and just a few normal summons, so we can normal summon something and then set 3, set 4, and then drop the card of Demise to see what else we get. And Upstart Goblin is Upstart Goblin. For the last spell we're playing is 2 Moon Mirror Shield. This is basically the protection for our normal summon monsters. It basically lets you match your opponent's monsters' attack and defense plus 100, so you're guaranteed to beat over anything. Basically this and Fossil Dyna, your opponent won't be able to beat over Fossil Dyna, or with your Banisher of Radiance. So nice little combo with this. If this gets destroyed, you can pay 500 life points and put it at the top of your deck or at the bottom of your deck, so it's up to you. So we're just playing 2. We don't really need the 3. I was playing 1, but then it was like, I'm not really going to see it, am I? So I think 2's just fine. That's it for our spell cards. For our trap cards, as you know, we're playing a heavy lineup. We're playing the 3 Solemn Judgment. Basically to protect our back row, to just like literally just negate anything. We're playing the 3 Solemn Strike. Let your opponent link climb, and then when he's going into his main monster, Solemn Strike They absolutely hate that. We're playing 3 compulsory evacuation device. So if your opponent relies a lot on their normal summon, you're going to want to compulse that. Or basically, if they're link climbing, just compulse something along the way. We're playing 3 Crackdown. This is the same as Compulse. If they rely on their normal summon, just Crackdown, take control of it. I did try and add some generic links in the extra deck, so if we crack down something and we control something already, we can basically just link them off. We're playing just the 1 Heavy Storm Duster. I mean, this is a go first deck, so if we have that, we're going to want to set it, and if our opponent activates like Field Spell or something, we're going to want to pop it. We're playing 2 Waking the Dragon. So this card's really good. I am playing like some really nice extra deck pieces. So this is what I meant with special summoning from the extra deck. We are citing Super Poly because we're playing quite a few Super Poly targets. So your opponent's gonna know we're playing back row, sorry. So they are gonna side in their back row hate and then basically try and pop it every turn. And Waking the Dragon is just a good bait for that. We're playing 3 There Can Be Only One. People absolutely hate this card and struggle with it. Basically, each player can only control 1 monster of 1 type. And as I said, we're only playing like 3 different types of monsters. So Fossil Dinosaur Rock, Inspector Borders a Machine, and Banisher of Radiance is a fairy. So it's not going to affect us at all if we've got Border and Fossil Dino, or Dyna and Banisher of Radiance. So just really good card in this deck. You are going to get a lot of F-bombs online. That's what I've been getting online while I've been testing this deck. We're playing the 2 Dogmatica Punishment. We're obviously playing Elder in the extra deck, so if you Dogmatica Punishment, send Elder and then pop an extra card. And the last 2 cards for the lulz, we are playing 1 Stormy Mirror Force and 1 Mirror Force. So it's always funny when you activate a card that people don't expect, and Mirror Force is probably what made a lot of my opponents rage quit. Because they don't have protection, obviously, against like destruction or something like that. Storming Mirror Force, I think, hurts them more because everything gets like bounced back. But Mirror Force is just hilarious. Like, they don't expect anyone to play Mirror Force because it's such an old card, and it's just such like a cheap card that not a lot of people play. So it's just absolutely hilarious seeing them rage. But that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's move on to the extra deck. Alright, so for the extra deck, guys, for our generic links, we're playing, of course, the Nightmare Phoenix and the Nightmare Unicorn. It was like in my Striker video, I did test the BLS link, but he requires 3 monsters, and Nightmare Phoenix just requires 2 monsters. He's still a link 3, so if you manage to crack down on link 2 and you've got like an Inspector Border on field and you just want to link off to get rid of your opponent's monsters, you can do that. Nightmare Phoenix obviously requires 2 monsters with different names, so that is quite generic as well. So the Nightmares are in the deck. We're playing 2 Elder for the Dogmatica Punishment. You basically send them and then get to pop an extra card. For our Super Poly targets, we're playing the 1 Mud Dragon. We're playing the 1 Shaddoll Winda. The 1 Predaplant Dragos Tapelia. He's the 1 Fusion and 1 Dark Monster. We're playing the 1 Starving Venom. The Guard Dragon Almarduk. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Basically, for Dragon Link, requires 3 Link monsters. And for Invoked, we're playing the Invoked Elysium. So these are our Super Poly targets. I mean, some you might be able to summon with Waking the Dragon, but I know, like, Winda, she has to be Fusion summoned, so you can't really do that. And then last, for our Waking the Dragon targets, we are playing the 1 Red Eye Star Dragoon, the Last Warrior from Another Planet, Infinitrack Fortress Megaclops, Unchained Abomination, and the 1 Crystal Wing. So these are our Waking the Dragon targets, and it's all down to condition, to where you're at the game and what you're playing against. So all of these are like just insane beat sticks, and it just depends what you want to tackle your opponent with. Infinitrack was actually like the last one I added. I didn't know like he could be brought out with Waking the Dragon. I thought he had to be linked summoned, but it doesn't say that. And he's basically a 4K beat stick. And what's even more insane is that he can't be destroyed by battle except by an XYZ monster. So he's just like insane. And you do still get the effects if you bring them out with Waking the Dragon. So Unchained, you basically get to pop every single freaking time. The Last Warrior, neither player can special summon. Dragoon, I mean, come on, it's Dragoon. And Crystal Wing is just Crystal Wing. These are just insane monsters. So yeah, you can. I mean, these can vary. So if you don't have the cards, I mean, the Last Warrior is pretty cheap. Abomination just got a reprint. Fortress got a reprint in the Mega Tin as well. So these three I'd say are cheap. I know Crystal Wing is going up in price a bit because of the Dragoonity and the Dragon Link. And then Dragoon is just Dragoon sitting at still like $100 or something like that. But I mean, you can change these up. The Last Warrior is just the main one people play with Waking the Dragon. If you're going like first and then your opponent pops in the second turn. But yeah, this is like entirely up to you and the Super Poly targets as well. Remember, you don't always have to follow a deck recipe. You can change it up to however you want. But moving on to the side deck. This is obviously a go first deck. So game 2, if you won game 1, game 2 your opponent's going to make you go second, or they're going to side in a lot of back row hate. So we're playing 3 Dark Ruler no more in case we come up against Dragoon. I know Dark Ruler, like, it makes your opponent not take damage the turn you activate it, but we're not playing an OTK deck, so we don't really care about that. It's just like a grind game. So 3 Dark Ruler no more. For back row hate, we're playing, of course, the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, and we are playing the 2 Cosmic Cyclone. Cosmic Cyclone you can easily swap for Mystical Space Typhoon if you want to dodge Lancia. As I mentioned before, we're playing the 3 Super Poly in the main deck, so, in the side deck. So again, if our opponent's making us go second, you're going to want to side in Super Poly depending on what they're playing. If they're playing Invoked, if they're playing like a fusion-based deck, or just like something generic that you can fusion off. So 3 Super Poly is really good. For our trap cards in the side deck, we are playing 2 Evenly Matched. Again, we're basically just siding to go second because our opponent's going to do exactly that. Game 2, make us go second. So 2 Evenly Matched. Just got a reprint as well in Ghost from the Past. We're playing the 3 Dark Bribe. Again, just negate spell or trap. It's basically like another Solemn, except your opponent draws a card and you can only negate spell or trap. You can't really negate the summon. But I think it's still a really good card because it is a counter trap, so not a lot of cards can respond to it. So 3 Dark Bribe. And last but not least, we are playing the 3rd Waking the Dragon. So you already saw that we've got quite a lot of beat sticks in the extra deck. So we're going to want to keep this in the side for like siding in, like if we're still going first, if we're going second, or anything like that. It's all down to condition to what you play against and what your opponent's doing. It's hard to predict in like a deck profile. But yeah, I mean, from what I've tested online, this deck has managed to do really well. I think out of 10 people I've dueled with this deck, I believe like 6 raged quit and just like were F-bombing me and like just cursing me out. But I mean, we can see why, because we're basically telling our opponent, no, you're not going to play. And I think that the funniest part is just the mirrors for the laughs. Like, people don't expect Mirror Force, and it's just funny seeing them like rage over the chat. But yeah, guys, this is it for the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate. Not a lot of people love purple card decks, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you like and subscribe, and thank you guys for all the support. Kaiba Lord out.